Good morning. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find the standards that apply to your lesson plan. Now, as a teacher, you need to understand that you have the state of California and the federal government has outlined standards of what you should be teaching in each grade level. So let's start with California standards. This is the history social science standard. I didn't do this prior to creating the lesson plan template because this is the first project I'm doing with you guys in this style. So I have added this after the fact, but use it. Pages 30 to 31 is where you're going to find our specific standard. So if I go here, page 30, we are focusing on the Renaissance and the Reformation. So depending upon what your lesson topic is, I want you to copy and paste the general standard, which would be either 7.8 or 7.9, and then find the specific standard that applies to you. For example, in the Renaissance, if you are talking about the Silk Road, or you're talking about Marco Polo's travels, especially because those two go together, you're going to highlight this standard also, copy and paste. And that is it for your California history standard. Now, continuing with the California standards, as a historian, we don't just learn about history, but we think like historians. So if you go to pages 21 and 22, these are all the standards for thinking like a historian. So if you were to assess the credibility of primary and secondary sources and draw conclusions from them, kind of like what we did in the Socratic seminar back during first semester, where you guys analyze those documents. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What is the document saying? Is it reliable, not reliable? That is a thinking skill that historians do, and you would put that here. Now, your federal government standards, your Common Core standards, ELA 79 to 89. These are standards for literacy in history and social studies. Now you have two types of standards. You have reading standards. So skim through, read through the different types of reading standards. Tell me which one, visual information, goes along with your standard. We're in the first column, grades 6 through 8. But you also have writing standards. So if you're not having students read, but you're having them write, go through these standards and find which one applies to you. If you need help figuring out which one makes the most sense for your lesson, feel free to raise your hand and ask for help. Last but not least, your ELD Common Core standard, 98 to 108. Same idea, you're going to have reading and writing standards, but you're also going to have listening and speaking standards. So if they're listening actively, taking notes, asking and answering basic questions, you would copy and paste that specific standard. For this one, your standards are going to come from the emerging column or the expanding column. Unless they are advanced, bridging is the higher level, kind of the honors standards. So figure out which one applies to your lesson, copy and paste, and that is all you do for these four. If you need help, raise your hand. I am here to help. Good luck.